Yeah, and I'm just gonna have Challenge transfer my prize money to you, and then hopefully you'll transfer me one of those coffee machines. Is that okay? I'm getting into it a little bit, actually. Well,
and it's one of those things, everybody who loves numbers
yes,
and who loves like that freaky perfection, because you realize it's never the same.
Okay.
Like every day, it comes out a little bit different,
sure.
and it's just, it's...
Well, I've upgraded. I was at the Keurig,
yeah.
And then I was at the coffee pot, then the Keurig, then the Nespresso. Now I'm at the AeroPress.
Oh, that's
and my bike fitter,
And we weigh it.
and I'm weighing it. My bike fitter, who's getting me into it, is like, I was like, so where on the spectrum of coffee is the AeroPress? He's like, adequate for camping. Would you agree?
I wouldn't, because AeroPress, I reckon, is for like camping to like full pro. Because every full pro takes an AeroPress wherever he goes.
All right. I'm on the camping side, but
like, in Spain, there's like, it's a massive thing, like a national championship, and people bringing their own water. And it's
yeah, you need the right water. I'm not on your level yet, but I'm going to keep working at it, and then cheers, Ed. It's fucking hard. It's amazing. Once in a generation athlete. Cheers, brother.
Go second?
Yeah, it was hard fought though.
Were you catching up, or was it just too far?
I think it was held pretty steady the whole way. Yeah, I was just way too far. It's tough, man.
Finally have a race like that.
Thank you.
That was spectacular. Seriously. Quick soundbite.
How you feel?
Not too bad. I mean, I stayed on top of my hydration and everything, so I'm happy with that. I executed well. We're going up against probably the best guy to ever do it. So unfortunately, you know, it's like I feel like I'm, you know, in the Tiger Woods era. It's like nobody was winning. It was Tiger Woods winning everything. Even if you were pretty good, you were still losing. So it's like this guy's pretty good.
Is this the best performance you could have put on the line, or did you make any mistakes?
No, I raced my race, man. I think I swam pretty well. Like, deficit for me was pretty good. I executed the bike the best that I could. I hydrated well. I feel pretty good right now, so it's not like I'm like severely dehydrated or anything. I think I executed really well. Unfortunately, you're going up against the best, so it's like I can't get down on myself, you know what I mean? I executed really well.
Well, you came by us on a bike at some point and said a bee stung you. What happened?
Yeah, a bee went into my freaking shoe and was literally in the shoe stinging me. And I was like, took my strap off and tried to get the damn bee out, and then it just went under my foot. So that's the first for sure there. I've had the bee hit me and be like stuck in me, but to go in the shoe, that was something new.
Yeah, you came here with one goal, that was to beat Jan. Are you happy with what you did?
But the guy just keeps getting better and better. I mean, he just keeps reinventing himself. It's amazing. It's really amazing, and it's really inspiring. I mean, the guy's going to be 40 this year. He's handing us all our fucking asses, man. Like, think about this for a second. This is some inspiring shit. So, I mean, the only solace I can take is hopefully when I'm 40, I get to still be duking with these guys. You know what I mean? But I mean, I'm gonna go back and keep working hard. I don't know. I don't know if this guy's beatable. Honestly.
Yeah. He is, man.
I don't know. I'm starting to wonder. He's fucking good.
He just shows up and he's ready.
Cheers, man.
Wait.
Oh, we're getting bunny faces. Very good.
Lionel, everybody was hoping beforehand, Lionel Sanders and Jan Frodeno 1-2, and that's the way it turned out. You were great.
There was no battle though. It was a distant two. But every time I race this guy, I just get more and more inspired. So I mean, I have no regrets. I executed to the best of my ability, and it was good for second.
I'm gonna make this like a 5-minute-er.
Sounds good to me.
Short and sweet.
All right, Lionel. This is the camera you're talking to. Tell us how your weekend went, essentially.
We had a lot of fun. It was nice to get back to another race, kind of start the season. Feel like we're gonna have a normal season. and got to race the best guys in the world. Jan Frodeno's the best guy in the world, and I got to race him. And like usual, handed me my ass. So business as usual. It feels like a normal season.
Talk us through race morning, kind of how things went in the morning. How were you feeling going into the race?
It was good. Everything went well. I really can't fault anything. I executed well. I race morning, I got all my stuff in transition early, and then I actually stopped on the way back to the hotel and stopped in for a quick 900-yard swim at the gym, because I know that I swim better when I get more feel for the water, more touches of the water. And so I did that, and then chilled, just watched the women's race for a little bit, got to the track, racked it, bike up, everything was smooth, got in the water for the warm-up, got in another 800 strokes in the warm-up, had good feel for the water, felt confident. Gun went out controlled, 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10. And I had good feel, and I got on some feet. I didn't know whose feet they were, but I could see a long line of guys, so I knew I was in the mix. And came out of the water with about a 2-minute deficit, which probably in that, non-wetsuit, fresh water, a little bit of chop swim, it's probably my best deficit. The course was probably slightly long. I don't think the top guys are averaging, 118 per 100 meters. They're definitely much faster than that, and I don't think I averaged 124 or whatever it is per 100. So the course was probably 100 meters long or something. I'm assuming I averaged probably 118 myself, and the top guys probably averaged 110 or something. And then onto the bike, I knew this was going to be a difficult course. For me, Daytona, much more advantageous, literally no technicality whatsoever, and you're able to find the power. And I don't think I did too bad handling-wise. I mean, if I had done this race 2 or 3 years prior, I probably got lapped by Starkey and Magnus and Jan. So I'm not unhappy about it. I was able to keep pace with Andreas Streets and Chris Lieferman through the corners, who are probably both better corners than I am. And so, I think it's a good improvement in that department. Power-wise, I knew it would be difficult, and it proved to be difficult to produce good power just because of the lulls through the corners and then the tailwind, just so much variability. I knew I was going to have a good run if I had any shot. And, so I was fairly controlled on the bike. I focused on my hydration. I ran, and maybe that was a mistake, but I knew it. I did it consciously. I ran, a round bottle on the frame because I knew it was hot, and I needed to drink a lot. And that's what I do in practice. So I was able to drink a lot, and I drank 3 round bottles in an hour and 22 minutes of biking. So, stuck to the plan. Didn't surge too bad, except the few times where you had to pass dudes in the allotted time. Otherwise, I think I paced it pretty good. I think I was like 330 or 328 watts average for most of the race, and then towards the end we have probably faded a little bit, and I think the average by the very end was like 325. So, certainly not my best work, but I knew that it would be difficult to have really good power on this course.
How you feel? I don't know. Gonna find out, aren't we?
Hey, Jay. Is that 2-0?
Good conservative bike. Let's go. Let's go.
You can do it!
And then onto the run, I felt great. I went out just like on the bike. I was fairly controlled, and I did the same on the run. Stuck with my hydration plan, which was to actually drink a cup through every single aid station. I stuck to that, and I felt good, and I just built through the run. And I pulled back like 15 seconds, I think, in the first lap, but then pretty well just even with Jan for the rest of the race. And I have nothing negative to say about my race. I know I do these videos sometimes, and I have a lot of critical feedback and stuff, and I wish I'd have done this and I wish I'd done that, but I executed this race pretty good, and I really don't have a ton to say negative about what I did. I that I'm not a great great handler. So obviously, to be better at the how many corners, approximately 4 corners times 17 and a half, that's something that maybe I could improve upon, and learning to ride that style of course a bit better, I could improve upon. Obviously continuing to work on my swimming, but everything's moving in the right direction. I'm actually quite happy with it. When you do your best and you fall short, if you did your best, you're not down about it. And I did my best, and I executed well, and I stuck to the plan, and I'm content with that. That doesn't mean I've given up. It doesn't mean that I don't feel that one day I can contend. It's just going to take everything. It's what meaning would it be if it didn't take everything, take your entire being, your entire life's work? This is the best guy to ever do it, in my opinion. And so, to race this guy is truly a privilege, because I don't know if we'll see another guy like this for a long time, perhaps ever. So versatile, so good at just about every single distance. If he wanted to, he'd be good at every distance, every format, everything. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be good at every format. I just don't have the strengths and stuff. I have weaknesses that there's certain courses that are going to suit me better. And so, this was a good test for me. It was a challenging course for me, and I think I passed the tests. I still feel that I can improve, and I still feel that I can contend, and that's, it motivates me to do that, and to go back and to continue to work on my swimming, continue to become a better rider, and continue to progress on my running off the bike. And, I'm excited to get back into a 70.3. It's been a while now since I've done an actual 70.3. It's been, 15 months or something. And, these courses have very different demands than a normal 70.3. Certainly the ones that I had been racing. And so it'll be fun to I think I've really improved my skill set through these track races, through the competition, through the track racing. And I'm excited to get out into the, it's a bit of a different proportions, the 3 disciplines, as well as the demands that the courses ask of you. It's a bit different. I'm excited to go test out my improved skill set. How can this not inspire you? It would make me depressed if I felt defeated, you know what I mean? Like internally defeated, like I can never beat this guy. I don't feel that way. I feel that I can contend. And this was a hard course for me to contend. Kona is a different animal. Kona is like ride your bike down there and turn around and come back, and that's the end, you know what I mean? It's a little bit different. For better or worse, it's a bit different. A lot of the 70.3 Worlds course this year in St. George, it's basically just push power, you know what I mean? And the dynamic changes a little bit, for better or worse. I'm not the best, as you know, I'm not the best technical rider. So, I don't think if the world champs was on this course, I would probably be like, well, damn, I better get out there and start riding the crotch rocket or something and learn to become a better rider on this type of course, and learn angles and stuff a bit better and how to produce power. But the reality is world champs is in Kona, and world champs is in St. George this year. And so I think on those courses, I think, by no means do I think that it would be easy, but I think I would have a little more of a shot. And so, that's the eternal optimism of the athlete, is if I wouldn't be an athlete, I wouldn't have made it here if I was defeated easily. So I'm not going to lay down and say you've won. I'm going to go back. I'm going to continue to work hard. I think I showed in 3 months' time, or whatever it's been since Daytona, I showed that I have gotten better at swimming, and it felt good. I was never outside of myself. I was within myself. I think I showed that I've become a better technical rider, because honestly, I feel like I'd have been lapped by those guys if this was 2 or 3 years ago on that course. I saw guys who I respect, who are good riders, who are getting out of the TT position and stuff, and I was still down in the TT going through the corner. And so I feel like that's a testament to those improvements. And then I think I showed that I can run, you know what I mean? I can run with these guys. And so if I can bridge the gap, to put it in perspective for you, in Daytona 2020, Magnus outrode me by 30 seconds over 80K. And the last time I rode against Magnus in Daytona 2019, I outrode him, and Starkey outrode me by 10 seconds. So I don't feel that they're on like a different level of biking than I am in terms of power production. I definitely are on a different level than I am in terms of being like a better rider. And so, you know, the race looks a little different now if I bike in and around Starkey and Magnus's power, which I do believe is within my ability. And so, and then get my swim another 30 seconds better and come out with, you know, Matt Hansen, Ben Hoffman kind of group. So anyways, long story short, this is you have to be optimistic. You have to believe in yourself. Otherwise, sport's not the right thing for you. Professional sports is not the right thing for you if your mind doesn't work that way. And so, this is the beauty of going up against the best guy. You know, you think of Tiger Woods in his prime. Yeah, no one else won, but it elevated the game of golf. I mean, now you look at the game of golf and it's like everyone hits it far. Everyone's got great iron play. Everyone's amazing at putting. And that's a great athlete created that, you know what I mean? And caused everyone to elevate their game, striving to beat the guy. And that's what Jan has done to us and has done to the sport. And we owe that to Jan, most definitely. And I witness it every time in my life. So every time I race him, I always go back and I become a better athlete. And this time will be no different. And I'm excited. I will seek out Jan. I think I was hiding a little bit. I was afraid because, you know, I don't want to get my ass handed to me all the time. But I mean, I would sign up to do this again in 3 weeks against Jan. If I could race Jan every weekend, I would. And so I will seek that out. Once we can travel freely again, I'm going to seek that out. And because this is where I'm at in my career now, is there's nothing left to do. I'm not going to go do B races and stuff and whatever. I want to race the best guys in the world, and I want to see if I can contend against the best guys in the world. It's the only thing that's going to satiate my desire anymore. So it was great. It couldn't have went any better.
After the race, you sat across from Jan and you looked at him and you asked him a question. Tell us about that.
Well, I don't want to talk about personal conversations between people, but I asked him, you know, what motivates you? And I really loved his answer. He said, it's just, I love this stuff. And how could you not, you know, that is the answer that you would expect. How could someone who's done everything, there's nothing left to do, really. What else could you possibly do? Like, there's nothing to prove. So then why do you keep doing this? It's so hard. It takes so much. It's because you love it and you crave it. You crave this competition. And that's really inspirational. I hope to also keep that love alive for forever for this sport. I love this sport. I love competing, and I hope to always have that love. Even you know, at some point, of course, your athleticism isn't as good as it once was, but I still would love to keep the desire to compete and enjoyment of that, of good competition. So, really cool dude. Really nice dude. First time I ever really talked to him, and really good guy. Really good all-around guy. Bill Christie and the entire Challenge North America team's doing a great job. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the Race Week series. I hope you enjoyed the race. They're going to have it on NBC. So I hope that you tune into that and support the race, because we're really trying to show the world that, you know, we're a bona fide sport. We're an entertaining sport. There's great rivalry. There's great personality. It's an inspirational sport. And so we need your help to continue to build that and to grow, to get it out there, get the message out there. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll be coming at you with some videos soon.